Hey, it's Cynthia.
And Teresa, good morning and welcome to Thursdays with Culture Talk.
Welcome. This week, we wanted to share a really cool report that came into our inboxes yesterday. It's put out by DDI, which is an international leadership consulting firm, and it's called the Global Leadership Forecast 2021. So, what do leaders think? What do people think is coming down the line? It was a pretty comprehensive study that included over 15,000 leaders, over 2,000 HR professionals, and a total of about 1,700 different organizations. So we're going to include the link in the comments. It's a really juicy report with lots of great information, but we just thought we'd touch on some of the highlights today. So let me start with the number one challenge that CEOs feel like they're going to have when it comes to talent. And that's that 55% of CEOs say that developing the next generation of leaders is their overall number one top challenge. If you keep going in the report, they talk about bench strength and the fact that this year, bench strength in terms of people coming up through the pipeline is much lower than it has been in past years. And they suspect that part of the reason that we don't have this pipeline of talent is because of 2020 and the pandemic. Because what happened during the pandemic? We all got into survival mode, and therefore it was more about how do we operate, how do we keep going, how do we take care of people, and less about looking ahead to the future in terms of who's going to come in and lead as we get going forward. So CEOs, that's what's keeping them up at night. And I'll just add to it as another stat that's in this report that we've seen in other reports, and that's that a full 25% of people across a number of different studies are indicating that they plan to leave their job this year. So if those were high performers that perhaps need to get into the leadership pipeline and be developed, they're at risk right now of leaving. So some of the things that are keeping our leaders awake at night. Teresa, what can they
Yeah.
do about
What
it?
can they do about it, right? So the good news is that the report also outlines what they're asking for. How do we, help them stay in their jobs, improve in their jobs, and become better leaders, and kind of reverse some of these challenges? So here's what they ask for. Leaders say that they are really craving to have some external reflection, some external validation. So they're looking for assessments. They're looking to understand where are they on the spectrum? What do they have that's working from a leadership perspective? What are the challenges that they need to develop? Things that they need to work on and grow through. And in order to overcome some of those challenges, they are asking for support. They want external coaching. They also want formal in-person trainings. You know, that stuff that gets pushed to the side when budgets get challenged. Also, we know the paradigm of being really good at a technical, maybe a sales position, and then being elevated to leadership, but getting no support and no training in order to help you succeed in your new role. So they're raising their hands and they're saying, help, this is what we need. And I think we really need to listen to those things. Another key thing that leaders are asking for is more time with their people. They feel bogged down by the requirements, the tasks, management, the operation perhaps. And so they're so maybe head down managing things that they don't have enough time to be out and about, interfacing and connecting with their people, motivating people and delegating and allowing people to get the work done. So there's this unbalanced, is unbalanced between those two things. And so leaders are asking for more time with their people, less time managing. So one of the things, Cynthia, that was really, I think, exciting to me about this report is what it points to is that the coaches and consultants and trainers that make up the Culture Talk community are in high demand. These are the skills that we need to work with companies and leaders to build so that we can become part of the solution. And so while you're right, some of these statistics are really challenging. We've all come through a really challenging time. I think there's great opportunity here and some clear
Step up.
pointers.
Yeah.
yeah, what we can do. So I encourage you to take a read. We're excited about what you could learn. And we'll look forward to discussing these things and more with you on another Culture Talk, Thursdays with Culture Talk. So
Love
thank you.
talking culture with you.
We do. See you soon.